In the bustling harbour of an ancient Mediterranean city over 2,000 years ago, a merchant named Thales watched everything he owned vanish beneath the waves. His ship, filled with valuable goods, struck a hidden reef and sank into the ocean. In a moment, the wealth he spent his life building was gone. Now imagine that was you. Your entire life's work, gone in an instant, something totally out of your control. Would you scream, cry, blame the heavens? Most of us would, but Thales didn't. He didn't fall apart. He didn't curse fate. Instead, he took a deep breath, walked into the city and started over. Why? Because he believed in a simple, powerful idea. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. That idea became the foundation of one of the most life-changing philosophies in human history, Stoicism. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless or robotic. It's about learning how to keep your balance, especially when life pushes you off-center. It's not about resisting your feelings, but about transforming them into something useful. The core belief? While we can't control external events like storms, losses, or what people say or do, we can control our thoughts, choices, and attitudes, and that's enough. It starts with a shift in mindset. One small internal change that can ripple into every part of your life. Imagine if, instead of reacting with frustration or fear, you responded with calm and clarity. That's the Stoic way. Thales, like the real Stoic founder Zeno centuries later, understood that life will test you. It'll hit you with waves when you least expect it. But if your foundation is strong, you don't have to break. Stoicism grew into something extraordinary. Not just a personal tool, but a worldview, a guide for how to live with integrity, wisdom, and peace of mind. It wasn't taught behind palace gates or sold in elite schools. Stoics gathered in public spaces. They debated, listened, taught, and anyone, literally anyone, could join. Slaves, soldiers, politicians, even emperors. One Stoic, Epictetus, was born into slavery. Another, Seneca, was an advisor to the Roman emperor. And Marcus Aurelius was the emperor, arguably one of the most powerful men in history. Yet he wrote every morning in his journal, reminding himself of the Stoic truth that power, fame, and fortune mean nothing without inner strength. Even today, Stoic wisdom is just as relevant as ever. Life still throws curveballs. You miss the job, get ghosted, lose someone close, or fail at something you cared about. Stoicism doesn't tell you not to feel. It just tells you how to feel better. It says, don't fear the storm. Become the kind of person who can walk through it. Because here's the truth. It's not the rain that ruins your day. It's being caught in it unprepared. If you knew the storm was coming, you'd grab your umbrella and move on. Stoicism teaches you to always carry that umbrella, to expect discomfort, loss, or change, and prepare for it mentally. One famous Stoic practice is called premeditatio malorum, or preparation for the worst. It's not about being pessimistic, it's about being real. You visualize what could go wrong, so that if and when it does, you don't panic, you're ready. Another exercise is called voluntary discomfort. It sounds strange, but hear me out. You sleep without a pillow. You fast for a day. You take a cold shower. Why? Not because you have to, but because you're training your mind. If you can be okay with less, you'll never be desperate for more. If you can find peace in hardship, comfort will never control you. In today's world, that message is more urgent than ever. We're constantly told that we're not enough unless we have more. More money, more likes, more followers, more attention. But that's a trap, because if your happiness depends on what you have, then your happiness can be taken from you. Stoicism flips that upside down. It teaches us to focus on being, not having. It asks, who are you when everything is taken away, and how can you build a self that doesn't crumble under pressure? Seneca once said, "He is a great man who uses earthenware dishes as if they were silver, but he is equally great who uses silver as if it were earthenware." In other words, don't let your surroundings define your spirit. Whether you're in a mansion or a studio apartment, whether you're celebrated or ignored, the inner you, your character, is what matters. Let's talk about expectations. One of the biggest sources of pain isn't actually what happens to us, but what we expect to happen. We expect people to treat us a certain way. We expect success to come easy. We expect the world to be fair. And when it's not, we suffer. But Stoicism teaches us something liberating. Lower your expectations and raise your resilience. Don't expect fairness. Act fairly anyway. Don't expect success. Work with excellence anyway. Don't expect others to change. Change yourself anyway, because that's what's in your control. And that brings us to the heart of Stoic thought. The dichotomy of control. It's simple. Some things are up to you, some things aren't. Know the difference and you've already won half the battle. Now here's the kicker. All of this isn't just ancient history, it's a roadmap for modern living. It's how you stay grounded when social media makes you feel like you're falling behind. It's how you stay strong when you fail publicly. It's how you stay kind in a world that's often harsh. You don't need to be rich to be Stoic. You don't need to be powerful. You just need the willingness to take responsibility for your mind. That's the real power. Not controlling the world, but mastering yourself. So next time things fall apart, remember the words of Epictetus. You may not control the circumstances, but you always control how you meet them. And if that's true, then nothing can truly break you. All you need to do is choose how to respond. Outro. Voice tone softens. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing for more videos on philosophy, mindset, and mastering life, one thought at a time. Until next time, stay grounded and stay unshakable.